For this station, what we're going to be doing today is rolling out our clay and cutting out shapes and or parts for our monster that we will be building in a week or two. And one of the ways that I want to talk to you about, and I can show you an example, as I may have showed you in class, this tiger trio that I made was made from rolling out clay and cutting out your image. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that here. And this is what we're going to practice today. So if you have your clay, and you notice how thick the clay is, you're going to use your rolling pin, but we don't want to roll it out so flat that it's kind of like a pancake. And the reason we don't want to do that is because if your clay gets to be really thin like this, then whatever you cut out of that clay is going to be wobbly, it won't hold its form, it won't stand up, and most likely, being so thin, it will break. So, to start today, I'm going to take my rolling pin, and what we want to do is we're not going to be rolling it all the way out and all the way back. What we're going to start is just with your hands on top. We're going to start wiggling back and forth while sort of pulling the clay to us and then pushing it, wiggling motion away from us. Just a little bit. As you see, I still have a nice thickness with my clay. It's just getting a little bit longer. I'm going to now flip it over and do the same thing. Gentle pressure, wiggling, pushing forward, gentle pressure, wiggling, pulling back. And I think I'm going to stop right about there. Now if you check, put my rolling pin aside, you still have a pretty good thickness. It's about, I would say, 1/4 of an inch. Now if you rolled it too thin, that's okay. Ball your clay back up. Let's try to flatten a little bit by hand and try again with your rolling pin. That's what we're here to do today, is to practice. So I think first what I'm going to make is, if I'm going to have my monster, I want maybe a foot. So what I'm going to start, and you'll have paper clips in your toolbox to do this, I'm going to start by drawing what I would like the foot to look like. I'm going to start with sort of a U shape for the heel of the foot. And since they are monsters, I'm going to make some crazy, just a 3-toed monster foot. Okay, it almost looks like a tulip at this point. What we're going to do, first we draw it, then you're going to take, I have my clay knife here, you'll probably have something like this in your toolbox that will work just fine. What we're going to do is, starting from the outside, because we have to cut this out of the clay, you're just going to pull back with your knife to get to about your foot, and then you're just going to pushing so that you feel the board all the way through your clay. You're going to trace that line that you drew around. First I'm going to just do this U shape and back out again. You see how I did that? I came in, around, and back out. That frees it up so I can take the foot out. All right, now I can use the rest of this clay to practice some other things. But for right now, I can go back with my knife, cut in on either side, then start at the middle and down to your other cuts, and I can pull it away. And now I almost have a piece like this here that could be used as a snake tongue. You know, snakes have their split tongues. My monster could have a snake tongue, and I could use that and put it in its mouth. Or I could cut it here, and now I have 2 little fangs that I could use on my monster. So here's my foot. Once you get your whatever it is that you're making cut out, and you can practice doing all kinds of different things, just draw it first and practice cutting it out. That's what we're doing today. You can also practice with your paper clip tool, drawing right on your monster foot. So if I wanted, and you can't always, I'm going to go around and just by pushing and pinching, I'm going to round out his kind of curled toes here. This also leaves me a nice big surface for scoring and slipping the clay to add a leg, or maybe his head's going to be there. But you can also practice drawing in maybe some scales on his foot if you're going to have sort of a lizard or snake look to your monster. And you can add details. Here's where you could cut in and sort of make it look, not sure how much the video is showing you, like a toenail for your monster, just by drawing it in with your paperclip tool, just like you would with a pencil. Okay? So this is what we'll be practicing here today. Feel free to try and draw all kinds of different things. You could also do legs, arms, hands even. This could very easily be a hand for my monster, as well as it could be a foot. So we're going to take those next few minutes and practice drawing and cutting out of your clay. Enjoy!